Welcome to Rock and Sports, guys. How are you? Where are you watching from? It's a good evening this side, and guess what? Earthquake has just passed. When the last time really heard of earthquake? I don't know what's really happening in my country, but guys, I can assure you that earthquake, the earth has just quaked this side. I don't know whether it has even passed by your side. I don't know if at all it has really passed by your side. I don't really know, but all I can let you know that earthquake or the earth has just quaked right now here in my country. So guys, no sooner had the country experienced earthquake than I really came live to really tell you the news about Manchester United and the Varane bid in there. So we all know that Varane has been that signing that United have always wanted for a very long time in there. United have wanted to sign Rafael Varane for a very long time in there. But guess what? This signing failed during the Alex Ferguson era in 2010, 2011. Remember, Alex Ferguson and David Gill went in there when the lad was still playing for Rennes. When he really went there, he used to talk the lad had accepted because he is a long-time admirer of Rio Ferdinand. His role model is Rio Ferdinand. So, because Rio Ferdinand was at Manchester United by that time, and Ferguson was trying to bring him to his role model, everything was okay, and he really wanted to come through. But guess what happened? Zinedine Zidane comes in and intervenes. Things fail, and Zinedine was the sporting director of Real Madrid by the time, and he took the lad to Real Madrid. Ever since then, he has been one of the best centre backs in the world, especially under the Jose Mourinho era and Zinedine Zidane era. But when Ancelotti was the manager of Real Madrid, he was not being given ample time. Now what has really catalyzed this move of him coming to United? It's none other than United really coming up and saying that we want the lad because Carlo Ancelotti is really that person who does not want Varane. Though no sooner he came in, because Varane has really improved into a better defender. He has won three Champions League trophies with Real Madrid. He has won the World Cup, and he's in the Euros and is performing very well. So he has matured from the person that Ancelotti knew to a player that Ancelotti is admiring. Because remember, the last time Ancelotti was there, he almost benched him the entire season. Few games he played, he was not a starter because Ancelotti was really fancying Pepe and Sergio Ramos into the central defense in there. So that shows me that there is really a need for us to really go in and sign a player like him, because he's proven. But Ancelotti going there has catalyzed this move to happen, because the earlier catalyst was Real Madrid want Varane to stay, but the problem is they don't want really to increase his wages to £200,000 a week. So that's what Varane wants. And Varane, Manchester United have already told him, for us, we are really having the money and we are giving you a 4-year contract, you get, with a year with an optional year in there, those close to 5 years, and we are giving you £200,000 a week. So very many teams want Varane in the European market: PSG, Chelsea, Man City, Manchester United. In there, 4 teams, and they are really good teams that really want him. But I doubt whether Man City really needs services of a central defender, because when you look having a Ruben Diaz, and you're having a John Stones, you're having a Laporte in there, and the Garcia's just left in there. So I think those are enough. Maybe they really want to get another defender, but if at all they really want to get a defender, they don't want to get that defender who is really going to come in and disturb their partnership between John Stones and to disturb John Stones and the lad who goes by the names of Ruben Diaz, who played for Portugal 2 days back. So what I think is that they don't need a Varane, because when you bring a Varane in, it's a sure deal that you have to start Rafael Varane. That's it. There is no way you can bench Rafael Varane into your team, because he's one of the best. And by the way, with the amount of money that you bought Varane, there is no way you can put him on your bench, because what are you going to explain to your bosses? What are you really going to go ahead and tell the bosses, the Abu Dhabi family, that we bought a defender at £50 million or 60 and we cannot really play him? So he really, a Varane comes straight into your team. So all I want to let you know is that Manchester United really want a signing of a defender like Varane in there. And if at all he comes in at Manchester United, Harry Maguire will be really blessed to be playing with one of the world's best players in there to really come on and do the needful in there. So Varane is needed by Manchester United, Chelsea, Man City, and PSG. All those teams want a Rafael Varane in there. So them wanting a Rafael Varane, it means that who has the best offer for him? And according to him, he might have already made a decision, because recently there is a story that really went through the news saying that PSG is the ideal destination for the Frenchman. PSG was the ideal destination for the Frenchman that really wants to go and play back home. But when I look at how things are going, and when you look at Paul Pogba, I think if at all United can really put Paul Pogba back in good books of a contract, give him a 4-year contract in there, and have him in good books with you, that means you can switch to a Varane to come at Manchester United, because Real Madrid cannot really give him the contract he wants, especially financially. Why? First reason, Real Madrid is in debts. Real Madrid is in debts of $9 million. You get? So there is no way Real Madrid can really go ahead and make a market signing without selling these players that they are having. They left Sergio Ramos to go. The reason as to why Sergio Ramos left was that also that they cannot really fancy that money that he wants. They couldn't really give him the contract that he wants, because even Sergio Ramos, he wants, because even Sergio Ramos wanted a 2-year contract and with an amount of £200,000 a week. So Real Madrid said we cannot offer that contract. And Rafael Varane wants the same amount of money per week. And can they really pay it to him? The answer is no. So no way Rafael Varane is staying at Real Madrid. Real Madrid have tabled a new contract for him, but he won't sign it. He won't sign it. Trust me, he's not going to sign it. Why? Because the moment you put pen to paper onto that contract, that means you have let yourself down. One of the world's best proven defenders, with the way he plays, there is no way you are telling me that Rafael Varane is going to stay at Real Madrid. Because right now, it's money-making era. You get? All along he has been telling them, please, extend my contract, give me a more improved contract in terms of the money, and Real Madrid never wanted to do that. Now, it's no longer in the hands of Real Madrid, it's in the hands of Rafael Varane. With just 1 year left, he's not going to sign his contract unless Real Madrid tables an improved contract in terms of the money. So this really brings us to what United have done in today, and a bid has gone in of £50 million. £50 million is a bid that United have really came in and submitted in. It's a £50 million, but all in all, to me, I'm seeing it as something good for United really to go in and making these bids. Remember, we've got 3 stories of United bidding. The first bid was Jadon Sancho, the other one was Kylian Trippier, and the other was a lad who goes by the names of Varane that had just gone in. £50 million, and Madrid are saying no, no, we don't want that amount of money. What we want is none other than £80 million. Now, when you look at Madrid, they are just sick. I don't know who is really reporting this story, and I don't know who is really running the books of Real Madrid, because they are very much broke. Yes, they are very much broke to an extent that they brought in an Eden Hazard, and Eden Hazard has flopped ever since he came in at Real Madrid. So they are very much broke, and they are thinking that there is a team that can pay £80 million for Rafael Varane. Which team is that? No team can pay that amount of money for him. What team can go ahead and really pay that amount of money for Rafael Varane? You get? For me, I told people that the limit that United can go, or the farthest that United can go to Rafael Varane, is a £60 million quit. Because right now, a good player is between £50 million and £80 million on the world market. These players that are at £40 million and they are good, you can get them from leagues like the Dutch league, the Portuguese league, but in these 4 top leagues, Serie A, Bundesliga, Premier League, French League 1, and the La Liga, it's hard to get a proven talent below 50 or 60 million pounds. For that I understand, but there is no way I can go and tell Manchester United that you can get the money, break the bank at 80 million pounds and bring in a Rafael Varane. No way, because there are very many other promising defenders in there, and there is a story that I'm preparing to do later here at Manchester United. Go to this channel. It's all about a Christian Romero. You get, there is a boatman in there. There is one of the people that really loves this channel. Let me even give that person a shout out in here. That person came in. He has always been commenting and telling me that you guys, you don't really know what you want, but Shuya Zaho is the one that really recommend Seven Boatman in there. When you look at Seven Boatman, he's a long defender. He's really great, and I really like his attributes. He's really one of the best that I've seen as far as this game is concerned of football. So I think Real Madrid rejecting a £50 million bid for Manchester United, they're just sick. Perez is sick. His mind is sick. How can you reject such a bid? Because the moment he plays half of the season, he will be allowed to negotiate a pre-contract in January with a team that he is going to. That's what the rules say. That's what the rules say. So when I look at a team like Real Madrid, I think if at all they say 60, I can admit, because he's really a very good quality player in there. That means Real Madrid cannot even take in a Paul Pogba, because United can say, Paul Pogba, you are like Rafael Varane now, let's cross. They give us a Paul Pogba, and we give Real Madrid a Paul Pogba, and they get us a Rafael Varane. That cannot happen, because Pogba is going to demand for a minimum of £300,000 a week. And that might be even little, because he might be eyeing a £400,000 contract a week. That is Paul Pogba for you. So how come you really come in and say that you are rejecting the 50 million bid of Manchester United? It's sick. This is being sickly. Perez, you're having a debt of $901 million. Instead of getting this 50, yes, get the 50 million pounds, you get find means of selling Hazard, because he is really expensive, and getting the Conde or a Pau Torres in there, but you already have an Alaba. But who is Alaba going to play with? Because Sergio Ramos is leaving. Sergio Ramos played for Real Madrid for the last 16 years. He's leaving too. So you are losing two quality defenders because you don't have the money to pay. So I think Madrid is really in a financial crisis, and if at all there is a team that has been hit hard by the COVID-19 virus, it's none other than Real Madrid. Real Madrid has been hit badly. They've been hit badly to an extent that you see United is having a debt of 400 plus million pounds, but these ones are in 900. You get? So it shows you how badly they are off. And this is a signing that Ed Woodward really wanted for a very long time, to an extent that after the World Cup of 2018, he was really willing to get £100 million to spend there on Rafael Varane to Manchester United. So that's how much United really fancies this. But I don't see the reason as to why United is handling very many transfers at a go. First, get done with the Sancho. You get? After getting done with the Sancho, you go in and go to a Rafael Varane, bring in a Declan Rice or a Ndidi, a Kylian Trippier. You get? So to me, I think we are really doing so many deals at the same time. Something I don't really fancy. I don't really fancy this. This shows the amateurism at Manchester United. First, get done with Jadon Sancho. If you signed Jadon Sancho, you would have made a very big statement to Rafael Varane that we are serious this time around. A player that we failed to sign the previous season, we've signed him now. You get? First get a Jadon Sancho. When you get a Jadon Sancho, then Rafael Varane will get a message that, oh my God, this club is serious. They've really signed one of the best right wingers in the world at his age. Then after that, you go ahead to and tell Paul Pogba that, you see, Paul Pogba signed a new contract at Manchester United. You see our ambitions of winning the title. We've put in another gear, stronger one than the usual one. We've put in a lad who goes by names of Jadon Sancho. Now, can he really convince a Rafael Varane to come to us? Because we are having the money that he wants. Yes, Secondly, he's going to be given shirt number 4 that he really fancies, because Phil Jones, who has been putting it on, he's going to be sold to Newcastle in there. Thirdly, first team football is guaranteed for him and he's going to be playing alongside Harry Maguire. You get? Thirdly, you're going to be playing in a position that your role model was playing at Manchester United. And let's get in the Rio Ferdinand in here after all this. Paul Pogba will put pen to paper after bringing in Jadon Sancho. Then he will talk to Varane. Varane will tell him, oh mate, let me come. Keep the Anton Martial in here. Keep the French connection hard at Manchester United. You get? And tell them that no way, we are really chasing for a central defensive midfielder too. So this is how we are going to keep players at Manchester United. Now, hearing that Rafael Varane has been a darling of Rio Ferdinand. Rio Ferdinand was his role model in there. Then get Rio Ferdinand onto this. Let Ferdinand talk to the lad, telling him, guys, this is one of the best teams I've played for. It's one of the best teams in the world. You like how the fans praise you. You like the atmosphere in here. You will have met. You are always going to be having me a call for now, a phone call away. I'll always be. Will always you will be always be in contact all time. You get? So this is the time we should really use our legends. As a man who goes by the names of Sir Patrice Evra came in and said, he said that what he really dislikes about the United board, they don't use their legends to really do these transfers for them. You get? Last season, Patrice Evra said, if I told you look at a Sancho deal, get a David Beckham. He was the person that was putting on the shirt number 7 of Manchester United. Yes. Let him get a phone call. Call Sancho. Hey, Sancho, this is Bex. Yes. I want you to join Manchester United. United is willing to get you the money you want. First in football, you are putting on my shirt number. And guys, it will really be great to have you at Manchester United. I can't wait to see you flourish at United. Let Beckham do the sweet talking. After Beckham does the sweet talking, what happens? Sancho will even submit in a transfer request because the club legend is doing the job. Let's get our club legends onto board. Let them do the job. That's the problem we are having. Rafael Varane is telling you, Rio Ferdinand is my role model, is my idol. Get Rio Ferdinand onto this deal. Let him call him after the Euros. Even in the Euros, let him be texting him. You get? That guy, I need here to United. You get? But let's first attend to a single transfer at a time, because United is not that club we've known for holding or negotiating very many transfers on different occasions in there. United is a club that is known for really going for one transfer at a time. So let's see ourselves go for one transfer at a time. So Manchester United has put in its bid for Rafael Varane. And soon after this confirming this story, I'm really going to compile for you a story how United will line up with Rafael Varane next season. Because if at all they've submitted a £50 million quid to Real Madrid, that means United is serious, and that means if at all Real Madrid settles on a £60 million, that means the deal is going to be done. So if at all we can get these two signings after the Euros, immediately announce them. Let them rest for 2 weeks. That is Jadon Sancho. And Rafael Varane. Let them rest for 2 weeks. And that will, because it's ending on 11th, that means towards the end of July, like on 25th of July, 26th, they join United, because the preseason is starting soon. You saw even the fixtures of the Premier League are out, so it shows you that we have no time. So it's better we did the negotiations early enough. Sign a Sancho, sign a Varane, announce them immediately after the Euros. They go on for holiday. After the holiday, they join United there and then. Sorry for that. So that is something that United should do. That is something I want to see United doing. Let these signings come up as soon as possible. You get? Smash a like on the video, comment, like and share. You can as well go to the comment section and tell me what you think about the Varane bid that United have just put in today. A £50 million bid has been put in, and you know that the Sancho deal is really happening very soon. So you have the right to go to the comment section and tell me what you think about Rafael Varane. For me currently, Rafael Varane being a proven defender, I say that if at all he exceeds £60 million, if at all Rafael Varane exceeds £50 million, hear me right. I'm not saying Rafael Varane is not a quality defender that we shouldn't get. He's one of the world's best that we should have at United, and we've been chasing him for the last 12 years. You get? So, if at all Rafael Varane's price at £80 million, I don't fancy that. I don't fancy United to go for that move. What we are supposed to do, we go either for a Conde or a Cristiano Romero or a Boatman in there, Seven Boatman in there, that Dutch international who played for the side of the of French League One that really won the French League this season in there. He's really good, 21 years of age, very tall, good in the air. Remember, United lost very many United lost very many games because of our poor aerial defending. So getting such a lad will really help us and really put us to the next level. Now, Varane coming at United would be a very big plus. I really fancy that move, but if at all it does not happen and they really say, Madrid says we want £80 million, let's leave him. Let's go for other options that we have at the club, and those options are really good. I can confirm to you that Cristiano Romero, Steven Boatman, all those are good signings at Manchester United that we need. Secondly, we go in for Dean Henderson. Dean Henderson, it has been reported earlier today on by Manchester United Evening News that Dean Henderson is expected to be ready for Manchester United's pre-season despite his Euro 2020 withdrawal due to a hip issue in there. So Dean Henderson injury boost. This is like an injury boost for Manchester United. Remember, Dean Henderson withdrew out of the English squad because of the hip injury. But all in all, this goes back to the argument that we've been having always. There are people that say Dean Henderson should be in goal. I'm one of the people that say no. Henderson is not the best person to start for Manchester United. For me, I'm Team De Gea. I'm Team De Gea. That's my team. I say De Gea for United. De Gea is my first choice goalkeeper at Manchester United. One, this is how United does business. But now, when you look at Dean Henderson in here, he has really caused pressure on David De Gea. Remember the season of 2019-2020. You remember the howlers that David De Gea did. You remember them all. There are very many. The most memorable one was the one that we were playing against Watford. You get? So he really got the ball past his hands, and United conceded in there, and you lost that game 2-0. And there are very many games that we really saw ourselves lose because of the mistakes that he did. But all in all, he was doing that because he knew the number one position was his. But this time around, things have changed around at Manchester United. They are no longer as they were because of the coming in of Dean Henderson. Being loaned at Sheffield for 2 seasons, being one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League, came back at United, displaced David De Gea after he went to Spain to see her wife giving birth for their first child in there. So things really went bad for David De Gea, and ever since then he only came back into the Premier League match as United played a team which goes by the name of Leicester City, because United had only 48 hours to play 2 games and United was going to play against Liverpool in there. So Dean Henderson comes in and he played the remaining games in the Premier League. UEFA Europa League, that's where David De Gea was put again to really go ahead and fight for his spot. But this time around, I don't know what all his decision is going to be, but Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is the manager. Sometimes we trust him, but my view is Dean Henderson has not reached the level to take over. The likes of Jose Mourinho have come out to say that it's time for Dean Henderson to take over a David De Gea in goal, to become the first choice goalkeeper of Manchester United. Why is he saying that? Because he knows that he has gotten his job at AS Roma, and he'll tell United, please, if at all you're not using David De Gea, I want him on loan. He said. So that is what Mourinho is all about. That's what Jose Mourinho is all about and all after here at United Studio Television. So to me, I think there is no way you tell me that Dean Henderson can start ahead of a man who goes by names of David De Gea. That's no way. I don't know what you guys think. I'm having Havrama says I'm Team David De Gea in there. Alright, thank you for watching in. Always nice having you on this channel, because you're one of the regular people that really come in and comment on a daily onto this channel. So people, I don't know which you are. Are you Team Dean Henderson or Team David De Gea? I really want to have a look at your views in the comment section below, because Dean Henderson is going to start training with United after all this when the pre-season really commences, because I think the Premier League stopped 12th May, UEFA Europa League 26th May, so I think 12th June, after I think 12th July, we are going to see teams back to the pre-season training, because they say that a team really needs like 1.5 months really to get itself ready for the season. So I think because the Premier League starting on the 14th of August, I think they are really going to start coming in at the end of this month. So that means at the beginning of July, players are really going to start reporting back to their clubs. Those that are not in the Euros and those that would have been knocked out will be allowed to go to rest and have some rest of like 2 weeks, then join their fellow mates, or they really go in and get what we call an immediate jointure in the teams that they really play for. So I don't know what you think about it, but United, I don't know when the pre-season, let me check here. Pre-season for Manchester United, when is it starting? Pre-season for Manchester United, I really want to get the dates. Alright, let me see this article. It's saying Manchester United plot pre-season fixtures ahead of 2021-2022 season. Manchester United pre-plan, according to the Manchester United Evening News, Manchester United are planning out their pre-season ahead of the upcoming 2021-2022 season. The Red Devils look set to play the majority of their fixtures in United Kingdom this summer. It marks a considerable difference, alright? That's what they say. The reason that's why United is not moving away from United Kingdom is because of the COVID-19. And I'm looking at the date. I really want to know the date, because I really want to know when is the date. First week of July and the second week of July. Then what happens there is what we call the pre-season matches. That means the available players will have to train for 3 weeks. That means the likes of Twanze Bay, Ahmad Diallo, Mason Greenwood, Anton Martial, who else?